welcome back. Wednesday morning just got a bit more exciting here on Show Me St. Louis. We want you all at home to make the most informed decisions when it comes to life's big purchases, and that includes finding the perfect home. Every week, one realtor from Keller Williams Realty St. Louis will be joining us live in studio with their tips and tricks to tackling the housing market. So this morning, our four new friends are joining us with some tips to kick off this new segment. But before we get into that, we want people to get to know you. So why don't we go down the line and tell us your name?
I'm David Nations.
Hi, I'm Sarah Francois.
Hey, I'm Lance Merrick.
Christy Lewis.
Perfect. Well, thank you both all so much for being here. We're so excited because this is a difficult conversation. It's confusing if you don't know it. So the first thing I want to ask is, what is the current state of the market? Because you hear all those buzzwords all the time.
Sure, so great question. So currently I'd say the market is starting to normalize. We just went through one of the craziest sellers markets that we've ever seen in the country. And right now, things are just starting to slow down, right? And it needed to happen because prices got so out of control and people were paying crazy numbers for houses, and they were selling so quickly. So we're seeing things just start to normalize and balance out. We're still at about 1.9 months of inventory, which is still a seller's market. Anything once you get over 6 months starts to turn into that buyer's market. So it's still a great time for sellers to put their houses on the market. It's just starting to slow down some.
Okay, so that's good to know. It's starting to slow down some. So what is important to know during the shift?
Yeah, thank you. So as Dave mentioned, as realtors, it's important for us to keep our fingers on the pulse of the market. We do that by looking at things like interest rates, but also we look at average days on market, months of inventory available, how many homes are getting their sale price reduced before they sell. And we use that information to inform our sellers so they can position their home right on the market, as well as helping buyers make competitive offers without overpaying.
And going off of that, you mentioned how to make those offers. So how do you price a home during a shift?
Hey, great question again. So I'll play off of what Sarah said. So right now in the shift that we're in, or not really the shift, the changing market that we see ourselves in, we're having to pay more attention to the comparables. We're having to go back 30 to 60 days to really drive down that sweet spot pricing and not go back to the market we were in 6 months ago. So we're still selling houses every day if we price right. And it's most important not to chase the market down. The example I'll use on that is I just did a price reduction on my property, and I had 5 other properties lower than my price, so they were chasing us down. Had we priced right from the beginning, we would have been sold with still multiple offers.
Okay, and when you're thinking of the pricing and you're thinking about putting your home on the market, let's talk about those basic repairs. How important is that?
So I got in this business when it was an extreme buyer's market, and buyers get the higher the rates drives down their affordability, and then they want more for their money, so they become very picky. So as a seller, like being clean, odor free, spend a few $1,000s, paint, fix, get things that look rough around the edges, get a few opinions, because you have one shot. Like that buyer walks in and they're gonna be like, nope, yes or no, or they're gonna look at you online, swipe left, swipe right. So do everything you can to make sure you have your marketing spot on, your staging spot on. The condition just has to be. Buyers, the margin has gotten slimmer. Like used to, buyers were like, okay, we can fix it up a little bit, not anymore. They want turnkey, and now if they're willing to pay for turnkey, but they just have to. So sellers need to invest.
And they make that decision quick. So we learned a little bit of knowledge here, but you are going to see these faces every single week, and we